Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Sam with the Humble Outliers, and today's video is an overview of Yahoo Finance Premium. Ultimately, also, we're going to figure out, is this worth your money? But before we start, please smash that like button down below so YouTube can show me some love, and hit that subscribe button. I'd love to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Thanks. So this review is of my honest opinion. I'm not being paid in any way by Yahoo Finance to do this review. So the service costs $34.99 a month and $349.99 annually. So this is the landing page that you would land into if you sign up for Yahoo Finance Premium. I use Yahoo Finance for a lot of my stock analytics and helping me pick a stock. But this is the landing page. So right here I've typed in all of my stock holdings and I track this way my holdings. I named it TD. But this is showing my stock in comparison, my portfolio in comparison to the S&P 500. So it's really nice that it can give you kind of an overview of your total portfolio, because I have stocks spread on different accounts based on where I work, for different employer accounts, and also my personal brokerage. And if I'm dabbling in different accounts like Robinhood, I want to be able to put all those stocks in one location and then just kind of aggregate them so that way I can look and just to get like a good overview of it. So here it's showing there's a section for evaluation. It shows how your stocks are doing, diversification, your sectors, the risk level of your profile. Another area that I really like is this bottom part, which is investment ideas. It kind of shows here that there's targets that are going up, and what the forecast is of what that growth could be. So this is showing Morgan Stanley at a positive 20% projection. And then if you click on it, kind of gives you a quick snapshot description of what that looks like. You can go in the chart here. It gives you a description of the long-term opportunity if it's a short-term opportunity. So that's pretty nice because it gives you some ideas so that you can do your own research, so that when you're picking a stock, it can give you some direction and then some guidance. Here is showing that there's some research reports. Sometimes they're relevant to your profile. They'll always post the newest stuff here in this area, so you can kind of keep tabs and see what's new. This is a fair value Peter Lynch valuation of the stocks. I don't traditionally use this. I have to do more research on it, but I don't use this as a way to evaluate stocks. Here's an area for significant developments. Shows you things that are impacting the market that you may want to pay attention to, so you have some opportunities to buy or sell stocks, or just something that's going to happen that can impact stocks that you maybe currently have or looking at. This bottom part showing company overviews, company outlooks. Here are some technical events. If you're more of a technical investor, this can be something that can help you look at things. So like a Morgan Stanley, Microsoft events shows you here midterm, long-term events. If you click that events button, it'll give you events during a certain timeline. I actually like this because it does give you some descriptions in regards to what the event that's occurring. That's not one of my strengths as being a technical investor, so I like being able to have these and then look at what the comment's referring to, just so you can kind of learn this type of approach, and being able to monitor technical charts and see if this is something that you want to use to incorporate how you are picking stocks and investing ultimately. So it's kind of nice to see that. Shows red events, gives you what's going on, what that means, a description, so it helps educate you. But going back, if you go here and you click on your portfolio, you can go right through here, evaluation. So this is bringing you to my total portfolio. I have stocks in different locations on the Roth IRA, a personal brokerage, different holdings. So this is showing your performance again of how you've done in comparison to the S&P 500. It's nice to kind of see where you're doing and how you're comparing. Here's diversification, so it's showing your asset class diversification, the profile of your risk. Mine's set at high based on what they've kind of configured. Here's showing your portfolio allocation, so it's giving the fair value designation. So mine are showing, you can see here, like PayPal is at near fair value, Alibaba is set at undervalued, Kohl's undervalued, Microsoft overvalued. These are just kind of their metrics, so you can always look at that and make your own decision, but it's kind of nice to see how that stock's doing. Here's some portfolio news That's pretty common to the regular Yahoo Finance. So this is not even a premium feature really, I think. You can see this if you put your portfolio in here and then you can put that stuff. It will show up in that same way. So there's another category here that's characteristics. So this is showing your portfolio, the price cash flow metrics, the market cap aggregates, the price book ratios, the price earnings ratios of an aggregate of your portfolio. I like this part right here, which is the dividend yield, showing what your dividend yield is of your entire portfolio. And then this section here is showing the risk analysis. Again, it's what they're using as their benchmark, their metrics. It's something that you can keep in mind, but I don't really look at it that way. This is also the volatility rating here. So there's a couple of categories that's set up as. So if you go into here, you can go to your dashboard. There's three other sections. There's a blog, investment ideas, and the research reports. I do like these two sections. So the research report here, if you click that, it'll show all the newest reports that's going on in the market. It'll show, kind of highlight some stocks maybe that you have. What's also nice is that you can search, let's say there's a stock that you really like I'm currently looking at Microsoft and adding more shares of that, making that maybe a bigger weight of my portfolio. So if you click that and search that, you can see some of these other research documents that are in here in the premium version. So these are articles, like this article here by the Argus Dividend Portfolio Growth, something I looked at. So if you click that open, you download that report, you can see that this portfolio here assessment is written by Argus, and what I like to see is just a comparison of how other stocks that they're picking and how they're building their portfolio. So this is a dividend growth portfolio, so it gives you some ideas of some stocks to research. I would never just follow them blindly. I would definitely do my own research into the stock and see if it's something that I want to personally hold. But it's also nice because they'll show some right here, some highlights, some snapshots of why those stocks are in that portfolio. Like with PepsiCo, this consumer company has increased its dividend yield for 46 years, and it has a pretty solid dividend growth rate of currently at 2.8%. So it's a really nice thing to look at. And again, it's going to give you all the newest stuff. So if you took that out, just looked at it, whenever there's a new document that comes out, you can kind of look at that and help you kind of pick stocks, read them, what's going on in the market. This other area that's pretty interesting is the investment ideas. So if you go here, you can actually create filters, and it'll show the bullish trend, the long-term outlook of potential growth. So it's pretty interesting to see this, and they're all going to be generated at the newest date, so that's nice. So you're not getting an old forecast. It gives you some new kind of fresh ideas that's current that you can look at and make your own decision. So there's some stocks in here that maybe some of you have looked at or maybe considered. It will give you some interesting updates in regards to what's going on with that potential stock and why it could either be bearish or bullish. So it gives you some decent insight. Like if you clicked on here, Lamb Research, you just go straight into the stock, but then you can kind of go into your normal method of how you're going to analyze the stock, going through the statistics here. So this is the premium version. It'll give you more statistics, like a longer term. So this is showing, the trailing P's over the prior years, the company outlooks. This is the metric here. It will show some of these things. I don't typically use these as ways to evaluate a stock, but it is kind of interesting to look at, like who their customers are, if you wanted to piggyback and buy customers that they're doing business with. This is another area of significant development, so that's kind of important to see just kind of what's going on with that company, what's in regards to maybe some stock, looks like some declaring of dividend growth. This is some insider sentiment valuation. You go into here, financials, the premiums. It'll give you more data that you can help analyze. If you're looking at long-term trends and you just want to look at that from that perspective, they'll give you that from the premium version. But then if you go into what I was talking about, the investment ideas, you can create filters, which I can do it by daily, frequency, buy and hold ratings, short-term, long-term holds. You can look at it from a fundamental or a technical standpoint. So, if I wanted to come up with some ideas, I would go from a buy rating, and then I would, particularly I like looking at stocks in the, let's say you want to look at technology stock sector. It'll then generate, based on those two parameters, bullish stocks, all all the newest stuff, the target price, the long-term trend potential, 13%, what they're estimating at, 22%. So it gives you some pretty good ideas, and then it can help you kind of do your own research, obviously, and then pick the stocks that you want to invest in that you ultimately believe in. And the last section is blogs. I don't think this section is that valuable. It looks like it's pretty standard, like you'd get that from the non-premium version. And a lot of the articles are actually pretty old too, so I don't see the blog section that valuable. And so that'll wrap up the video. My assessment of Yahoo Finance Premium is that I don't think it's worth $34.99 a month, but it is if you have that kind of money, or if you're pretty dedicated and you're a more active trader, it might be worth it for you. Definitely for, I think, the benefits of the investment ideas section here. Also the reports, just having the newest reports come through so you can kind of look at that. And also I really like how the comparison of your portfolio is pretty good to see too. So that's a nice feature. And then how those stocks are weighted in comparison to their fair value estimates. But that'll wrap up the video. So what do you guys think about Yahoo Finance for analyzing a stock? What's your favorite tool to help you pick a stock? And that'll wrap up the video. Thanks for listening. Stay humble, outliers, and have a good one.